Here's the answers to the Unit H study guide. I'm writing from the desk and because my pen's not working on the board, so things may look a little messier. Mixed number, I need to count the whole ones. There's 1, 2, 3 whole ones, and then this fraction of 1 is 2 out of 3. When I go to do the improper fraction, I know my denominator is going to be a 3 because they're cut in thirds, and I just count the pieces. Each third, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 thirds. I go to this next one, 2 and 1/4. That means I have to draw the pictures for 2 and 1/4. So they're all going to be cut into fourths. Some people go, why do you need 3 of them? Because I got 2 whole ones and 1/4 of one. So then when I go to do my improper, I know it's going to have a 4 for denominator because denominators don't do diddly. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's go this one, 1, 2, 3 whole ones, and this one's a half. My denominator is going to be a half, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. 12 fifths, so these are going to be cut into fifths. I'm not exactly sure how many of them I need at the beginning, so I'm just going to start drawing them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fifths. Keep going. And I could have used rectangles if I wanted. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fifths. So it looks like I'm going to need one more. 11, 12 fifths. And I just count. There are 2 whole ones and 2 fifths of one. Coming out from my decimal to fraction, when I read it, it tells me exactly what to write. 6 tenths. This first place after the decimal is tenths, and the second place is hundredths. 53 hundredths and 2 hundredths. This needs to be hundredths instead of tenths because it's got 2 spots after it. 3 tenths, 0.3. 1/4 is one of those special ones because it's also the same as 1/4, which is 25 cents. 27 hundredths, 0.27. 3/4 is also 3/4. It's another one of the special ones you just have to know. It's like 75 cents. 9 hundredths means I need the extra 0 there, 0.09. And then 1/2 is like half a dollar is 50 cents. Coming over here to write these in Word. See if it'll let me type. So my first one, I just type exactly the way I say it. 7 tenths. 3 and 93 hundredths. And I'm going to clear them out of the way, and I've got those two, so I got 4 and 8 hundredths. And at the very bottom, 46 hundredths. All right, I'm going to scroll down a little bit so I can get that part on. And I'm going to start over here with the mixed number. Mixed number means I got a whole number and a fraction part. So it's sort of like what we just did up there, except I got a big 3 in front of the 67 hundredths. And I get a big 5 in front of the 3 tenths. And a big 6 in front of the 2 hundredths. And then when I go in reverse, it's just the part I have in front of my decimal. So 5 and 4 hundredths, so 5.04. 4.5, half a dollar is 50 cents, so 4.50. 1 and 64 hundredths. 7 and 1/4, which is the same as 1/4, so it's like 7.25, $7.25. 3.95. And then 8 and 3/4, 8 before my decimal point, and then 75 after it. Up here when I'm comparing decimals, if they both don't have 2 places after the decimal, I'm going to add a 0 to make it. So he needs an extra 0, and now it makes it easy to see that 40 cents is more than 4 cents. We need a 0 there, and those two end up being equal. We need a 0 there, and then 60 cents is more than 34. Need a 0 here. 521 is more than 5.2. Need a 0 there, although the 23 was already bigger than the 7, so you should have known that one. And we do need a 0 there, so 910 is bigger than 9.01. And on this one, 82 is bigger than 80. Okay. When I go to compare mixed numbers or fractions, well, actually we're doing mixed numbers, so I check the whole number part. 4 is bigger than 3. Don't need to do anything else. 3 and 5/9. So I got a 3 against a 3. And then we're going to 5/9 is bigger than 3/9. This one over here, we got a 2 and a 2. So we're going to cross multiply butterfly now. 5 times 7 gets me a 35 for my new denominators. And then for my numerators, I have 3 times 7 is 21. And 4 times 5 is 20. 21 35ths would be just a little bit bigger. When I go to add my decimals, make sure you add up, that you line up the decimal points like buttons on a shirt. So I'm going to put my decimal in the second number right underneath there. The 7 goes there, the 6 goes there. Any place where there's not a number now, I just throw a 0 in. So I got 6, 15, carry my 1. Make sure my decimal comes in lined up. 1.56. Try another one, 2.4. Actually, let's clear. I'm going to clear everything out so I got some room. 2.4. Line my decimal up. Again is 0.76. Anywhere that there's not numbers, put a 0 in. So there's 6. 7 plus 4 is 11. Carry my 1. 3. And then make sure my decimal comes in there. 3.16. 35.9. 6.82. So there's my decimal. The 6 is going to go there, an 8 here, a 2 over here. Anywhere there's not a number, put in a 0. 0 plus 2, 9 plus 8, 17. 6, 12. 3 plus 1 is 4. And put my decimal point where it goes there, so I'm going to get 42.2. I mean, my fault, 42.72. Okay, then I'm adding my mixed numbers here. 4/8 plus 3/8 is 7/8. I didn't have to do any regrouping, so I can just add it. And then add my whole numbers. 4 plus 7 is 11. Scrolling down. We got some subtraction going on. Can you do 4/7 minus 1/7? Yeah, that's 3/7, so I don't have to do anything special. 5 minus 2 is 3. This is supposed to be a 7. 8 1/4 minus 2 3/4. 1/4 minus 3/4 I can't do. So I need to draw 8 1/4 pies. I'm going to stop the timer for just a second while I draw them. Okay, so I went ahead and drew my pictures for 8 1/4, so you can see there are 8 full ones and 1/4 of one. We're getting rid of 2 3/4, so I mark out 2 whole ones, and then I need to get rid of 3/4. So I'm going to get that one that's by himself always. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 fourths. Count up how many whole ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's got 2/4 there. Subtraction with the decimals is just like when we were adding. So I'm going to line up my decimal points. I got 0.7. Put my decimal point right under it. The 3 is going to go there, and the 4 is going there, and the 0 is here. If there's nothing there, it should be a 0. 0 minus 4, he's going to need to borrow, just like we did when we did regular numbers. And this is going to be 0.36. $5.2. Line my decimal up. 0.95. Which means I'm going to need a 0 out here. Going to do a little bit of borrowing. 10 minus 5 is 5. Got to do some more borrowing. And I get 4.25. And then this last one, 6.23 minus 5.5. Remember, make sure those decimal points are lined up. That's the whole thing. And then add zeros where I don't have a number. And then it's just plain old subtraction like we always do. 0.73. Chef had 4 cups of flour. He used 1 2/3 cups making cookies. How much flour does he have left? So I need 4 cups to start with. And they are cut into thirds because he's going to use 1 2/3. So I know everything's about thirds. So I'm making 4 whole ones. Shading them in real fast. And then now I need to get rid of 1 whole one and 2/3 of one. Count what's left. There's 2 full ones and 1/3. Jazz had a 3-pound chocolate bunny. It now weighs 1.59 pounds. How much did she eat? Okay. 3, if it does not have a decimal point, it always goes right after the number. So I put my decimal point there, 1.59. The 3 is sort of like saying $3 and no cents. If you can think that in your head. 0 is going to come borrow. We're going to borrow from the chunk. So 30 goes to 29. And this 0 goes to 10. 10 minus 9 is 1. 9 minus 5 is 4. 2 minus 1 is 1. 1.41 pounds left. 2 to go. During the hurricane, it rained 5 6/8 on Monday and 3 5/8 on Tuesday. How much did it rain in all? Okay, I'm going to stop while I draw my picture real fast. Okay, so I shaded in 5 whole ones and 6/8 of one. So the red is what it rained on Monday. Down here I shaded in 3 whole ones and 5/8 of one, which is what it rained on Tuesday. How much did it rain in all? So we need to add these. So what I'm going to do is try to fill this one up. So I'm going to take this one and this one from here and fill this one up. And now it's going to be easy to count because I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 whole ones. And this has 3 out of 8. So my answer would be 9 3/8. Last one. Phil bought a sucker for 73 cents. He paid with the $5 bill. How much change did he get back? Have to remember that $5 is really the same as $5 and no cents. Remember, we're going to keep lining our decimals up. He paid 73 cents. So I got a 0 there. And how much change means I'm going to subtract. 0 minus 3 I can't do, so I'm going to come over and borrow from this chunk. 50 is going to 49. And 0 is going to 10. 10 minus 3 is a 7. 9 minus 7 is 2. 4 minus 0. $4.27. And hopefully this will help you do better on the test tomorrow.